Healthy Scratch Red Wings Report, presented by 5v5hockey.com.
Yo, welcome back to the Healthy Scratch Red Wings Report. It's Bushy with you once again. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more Red Wings content. Beginning of September, we got preseason coming up, but we have a little bit of a spicy rumor that we need to discuss today. So I'm scrolling through Twitter today, and I came across something that I'm sure some of you guys saw. If you didn't, I'm going to read it. John Dietz, who is with the Daily Herald, covered the Blackhawks, a lot of Chicago sports. He comes out and retweets a Patrick Kane rumor that his recovery is going quicker than normal, and he tweets verbatim, "Watch for Patrick Kane to sign with the Detroit Red Wings. Someone who knows Kane very well said Kane told him he wanted to follow Alex DeBrincat if and when he was able. Of course, there has to be mutual interest, so we'll see if Detroit extends an olive branch." Now, I know what a lot of Red Wings fans are thinking right now. No, it's Patrick Kane. I don't want him. He's a Blackhawk. Let's put that aside for now. And if you agree with this or not right off the bat, I thought it would be fun to break this down from Patrick Kane's perspective and from the Red Wings' perspective. Because let's be honest, there's nothing going on right now. Let's talk about it. Right off the bat, Patrick Kane is 34 years old. He's an unrestricted free agent. He was with the Blackhawks for his whole career, won 3 Stanley Cups, was an elite player in his prime. Top 5 player in the league, no question about it. Some of the best hands in the league besides Pavel Datsyuk. Last year he was with the Blackhawks, got traded to the New York Rangers at the trade deadline. Now for everybody saying that he's washed, I understand, but he did score 20 goals last year. He had 57 points, splitting with the Blackhawks and the Rangers. Still pretty good stats for a player that is 34 years old. The only problem was he was making $10.5 million. Now as an unrestricted free agent, coming off a hip surgery, with some of the advanced stats we're going to go through, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be making $10 million anymore. Now you can see some of the stats throughout the years that Patrick Kane has had, obviously very elite, 20 goals, 30 goals, 40, 100-point seasons. He's not going to be that anymore. Now this is where Patrick Kane's perspective comes into play when I would be a free agent looking at the Red Wings. They're an up-and-coming team. It's something where, okay, they're building towards something. I think a lot of players are going to start to see that eventually and go, all right, they have something brewing here. I want to be a part of that. But being as old as Patrick Kane is, I'm really not sure if that's the opportunity he's looking for. He's probably going to want to go to a contender now. And he's probably not going to sign for that much. If he went to a top 5-6 team in the league that really wanted him, number one, he probably would be there already. Number two, he would definitely be taking a pay cut. Maybe $1 million a year, tops maybe $2 million, just to get in that situation. Now with the Red Wings, being in the position they're in, maybe they'd have to cough up a little bit more to get him. They still have a little bit of cap space, but you'd probably only giving him a 1-year deal anyway. So it's not really that much in terms of risk, in terms of how long the contract would be, how much you're giving up. It's hey, we have him for this year and that's it. But is that something that's really going to help the Red Wings? Because I'm not really sure that it will. Let's pull up Patrick Kane's advanced stats right now. Does not look good. Now for someone that had 57 points last year, he was one of the worst players in the league at both ends of the ice in 5-on-5, in the 1 percentile and 0 percentile. Really, really not good 5-on-5. So what you want to see is that he's going to be elite in some other area. The power play, he's not a penalty killer, but somewhere else where he's going to shine. And that wasn't on the power play last year either. I'm not sure what happened in terms of maybe his injury really, really affected his play, but he's only in the 52nd percentile for power play. He's not a penalty killer. His finishing was still up there. He can still score goals. Obviously, he scored 21 goals last year. That's something that you would want to see if he signed with a team, being at least a 20-goal scorer. And he's still an elite playmaker. I mean, he's got the smarts, he's got the hands still. Maybe the foot speed isn't going to be there as much, but also getting that type of surgery after a whole year of probably playing on it injured, hopefully going into the season, he would be rejuvenated, he'd feel good, he'd be 100% ready to go. You could see the Patrick Kane of old. So therein lies the risk, having that injury. Who is he going to be? Are we paying him? How long does he want? Because if he's taking a 1-year deal, I really don't think the Red Wings would be a fit. Now, if we look at the Red Wings' perspective, we've already talked about the logjam of forwards that they have on the team. I don't know if there's anywhere that Patrick Kane would fit where you could put him in a spot that he's going to be effective. You'd want those 5-on-5 stats to... Obviously, there's only one way to go, and that's up. He can't get any worse than he was 5-on-5, so he will be better this year. I'll obviously put money on that. He can't go lower than 0. You think about the Red Wings wingers, just in the top 6 on that right side. You could put DeBrincat there. You can put Raymond there. Where's Patrick Kane going to fit in? I don't think throwing him on the third line is where you want to put him. I already think we have our Patrick Kane. It's David Perron. He's 34. He's in that same type of role, veteran leader, somebody that's going to put 20 in the back of the net, that's going to, just be good kind of all over the ice. So I don't think we need a guy like Patrick Kane right now with the Red Wings. I don't think it's going to help them that much. Now, if you get him really, really cheap, I'll take more talent for sure. I'll take that veteran leadership. So if he really wants to come to play with Alex DeBrincat, I go let him then. Let him make the team. I think a lot of people will go, well, he's going to push out some of the young players. Does that seem like a Ken Holland move to you guys? Because a little bit feels like that, bringing in the Mike Madonos and Daniel Alfredsons of the world at the end of their career, where Patrick Kane might be a little bit different because he's not as old as those guys were. Madonna and Alfredson were 40 already when the Red Wings brought him in. Kane at 34, he still has some hockey left to be played. So setting your bias aside, number one, I think the funniest thing would be, at the very least, would be a hilarious troll job to Blackhawks fans to show them a picture of their beloved Patrick Kane wearing the winged wheel. I think that would be really funny. But seriously, if Patrick Kane were to sign a one-year deal worth $2 million with the Red Wings, would you like it? Is it something that you could put that hate aside, be non-biased for a second, and try to balance this all out? Obviously, advanced stats versus just his regular stats, they don't jive too well, but hoping that those advanced stats would get a lot better and that he would still be maybe a 50-point player, would help on your power play. You have so many more options that way. I will never say no to more depth on the team. And if that means more competition for some of these young guys to come in and really grab a spot because they earned it, then so be it. I don't think there's really anybody right now that has to be on the roster. I don't think Marco Kasper has to play with the Red Wings this year. It won't be the end of the world if he starts in Grand Rapids. Same thing for Elmer Soderblom. Same thing for Carter Mazur. These guys have a lot of time. And if Steve Yzerman thinks that, we'll bring in a guy like Patrick Kane, he'll be on the team this year, maybe trade bait at the deadline. Hopefully they're in the playoff hunt. Or if Patrick Kane really thinks that the Red Wings will be a threat going into the playoffs and he comes here, that's actually something that I would like to see. So what do you think? Yes or no? Patrick Kane with the Red Wings, or we say no thank you? Because again, I'll say yes to more depth. I can put aside that he was once a Blackhawk. I think that's in the past. Technically, he was with the Rangers last year, but if he wants to come here, I think it signals that some top players are looking at the Red Wings and going, you know what? I like their roster. I like their young talent. I like where they're going. I want to be a part of that. So let me know in the comments. If you like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more Red Wings content. We'll see you in the next one.